Regulators! Mount up!
Hey everybody, Lewis here, Rshackbbq and other things. So today I am going to kind of do a two-part video. This will be part one, and then there will be a part two probably next weekend, but we'll see about that. What this video is going to cover is we have purchased two generators here. Now both these generators were bought with our own money. So I am not a paid sponsor on these, so I will give you my honest opinion. Now, why did we buy a generator? Well, as most of you know by now, we have a food trailer. And in order to power that food trailer, we need something like this, a generator, to run it. So what we've done is we've actually picked up two generators. One of them was bought because we thought it was a good deal. The other one we bought because it was a good deal. And I will talk about both of these generators. We'll move you in closer and show you what we got. Okay, the first generator that we bought was a Champion 4,000 starting watts, 3,500 running watts. And this one here is an open frame, but it has the inverter on it. Both of these are inverter style. Now the reason why we went with this one is basically it has good reviews, and I picked it up on Amazon for just under $600, which isn't too bad for a inverter style generator. Now this one here they say is 50% quieter, 20% lighter, and it is only 64 decibels. That's kind of impressive. So we'll see how that is. 17 hours running time on a fuel tank. It is RV ready, which is what we need for ours, with a 30 amp breaker. So this is why we went with this one. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up this one and show you all inside it. So this first video is going to be about the Champion open frame inverter 3,500 running watt RV ready generator. So let's get into the unboxing of this one, and then the next video we'll talk about the other generator we got. Okay, like I mentioned, this is the Champion 4,000 starting watts, 3,500 running watt generator. Let's go ahead and just cut it open and see what we got. Like I said, I bought this on Amazon, and I want to say it was just under $600. It comes with our jumper cables, so if you have to jump a vehicle, it's probably an oil funnel right there. Nice. Got some jumper cables that'll plug in. You have to jump your vehicle. Got the owner's manual here. Owner's manual. Free t-shirt. Woohoo! I love free. Take this out. Quick start guide. So I guess they call this their Champion 100-302-1 generator. Do not turn this product, do not return to the store. And then you've got the operations manual. Got it in Spanish and then in English. Have a serial number there for it. So, set all this aside. Now, we'll first try lifting it out, see how it does. Doesn't want to come out, then we'll cut the box. Alright, as you can see here, you have your 30 amp 120 plug here. You got a couple of 120 household style. Now these here are linkable, but you have to link it with another Champion generator. You can't take this, we can't link our Owen to our Champion. At least at this time you're not able to do that. So you can link them together. You have your on off. Then it has an eco. So when it's just kind of sitting there and you're using very little wattage, you can put it in eco mode. Then you also have a 12-volt cigarette lighter. You do have a ground if you want to attach it to something. This is your choke for it. And then you have your pull starter. So this particular model is not a remote start or an electric start. But from what I understand, these pull real easy and they fire right up. So I was like, I don't need an electric start then. Oil obviously goes down in here. They recommend 1030, which I have. I'm gonna put oil in it. The only other thing that I want to point out is your gas tank. I believe this is a 3-gallon gas tank and there's no gas gauge on it. So I wish there was. You can kind of look down in there. It does have a filter that comes out so you can see how much gas you have in there. But when I'm filling it up, I'm going to leave the filter in there and we'll get this in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the owner's manual, figure out how to fire this up, put some oil in it, put some gas in it, and we'll fire it up. So that was about a half a quart there. Let's just have a quick look. Put our dipstick in. So it says change oil at least every 100 hours. Engine has oil shut down, so if it gets low, it's going to shut down. The drain plug is actually right back in here. Let's just see where we're at oil-wise. Okay, we're about a quarter full. So I'm gonna go ahead and put more in. So that's about 3/4 of a quart. Got about a quarter quart left in here. Let's see where we're at. think that'll probably be good enough for the fire up mode. Take our funnel out. Put our dipstick back in. See where we're at. Well, that filled it up. So it's about 3/4 of a quart of oil in there. So keep that in mind. All right. So now we got to do the gas. This takes regular unleaded fuel, just like you'd put in your car or whatever. This here, you don't have to mix the oil to the gas or anything like that. Just straight up gas. Now, like I said, I said 3 gallon, but it's actually 2.9 gallon tank. I'm gonna only put it in like a gallon or so, just because I'm gonna just start it to see what it does. Okay, so we have about a gallon of gas in here. Let's get our cap back on. Now the next step in this process of starting it, let me show you this. They did give a quick start guide. And if we open it up, it's just got step-by-step how to fire this up. So you don't have to read the full manual. So next step will be coming around on this side. Right here on this side of, you'd say your left side of the generator, you have your 3-position fuel. You have 2 positions that are off, and then straight up and down is on. So what you need to do is you need to take this and just turn it to on, which is straight up and down, like that. Then we should be able to come around to the front. And what we want to do is we want to turn it on, like so. Pull our choke out, and then what we want to do is pull this until you feel tension. Right there, I feel tension. So right there, I felt tension. We're just going to give it a... This thing, for a generator, that is quiet. Might be hard to pick up on, but let me do this. Turn this around. So I'm walking to the other end of my shop, and this thing is actually quieter than my air compressor. That's crazy. That's just sitting there on that little stand, and it's this quiet. Unbelievable. Imagine what it would be like outside, which we'll try next. I don't know if you can hear, That's my air compressor in the back that's running right now. That thing is louder than this is. But let's take this outside and see what it is out there. Okay, we're outside the food trailer here. I have that Champion generator running on the other side. You know, you can hear it, but I don't think it's obnoxious like some generators. Let's just go over and take a look where I have it at. So I don't think that's so bad. If you're over here, of course, ideally we're going to have it probably, you know, up in this area down in here when we're actually operational. But as you can see with the service window, you know, I've heard louder ones. So yeah, I think that'll work out great. Let's go back into the shop. Okay, there you have it. The Champion 3500, what do they call it? Their 100 302-1 model generator. Now, I was impressed with how quiet this thing is. That's pretty impressive. You know, it started right up. You saw how I did that. I put the oil in it, put the fuel in it, turned the valve so the fuel was on, pulled the choke out, pulled that out to where I could feel tension, and then pulled it, and it fired right up. To turn it off, you just turn off the power, and it shuts it down. Nice and quiet. I love the way this looks. It's very easy to use. Couple of things that I would say. I would say that this unit probably weighs somewhere between 70 to 90 pounds with a full tank of gas in there. So is it very practical to just pick up and move around? It's a little heavy, a little heavier. Maybe I should have went with the one that you can mount wheels on and then you have a pull handle. That would have been nice. I should have done that. Everything's right here on front, fairly easy to use, nice and quiet. So the exhaust comes out basically on this side, right down on the back. So like if you were going to put this in a RV, you'd have to keep that in mind where that exhaust is going out and vent it out somehow. With the open frame, of course, it's going to get, you know, it's well vented, so it should stay cool. But super easy to start, super easy to operate. 3-year warranty on these. Good entry-level style generator. Like I said, the reviews I've seen on this have been all positive. That is why I chose to go with it. I think, like I said, I paid just under $600 for this shipped to my house from Amazon. So is it worth the money? I think so. Super quiet. My other generator, my old generator, that thing is a loud box, where this is quiet. So that's my initial unboxing and review of the Champion brand generator. Will it work in our food truck scenario? Yes, it will. I think with the 17 hours, you know, really all we're doing is running lights and a fridge. The refrigerator probably pulls a little more power, but like crock pots and things like that, where it's a steady, I think it'll work out just great. So like with the food warmers and the lights, I think this would work perfect on with that steady voltage. The refrigerator on and off, you're going to get some variance in it. But I don't think we'll be, you know, running this more than 6 to 8 hours at a time max. 3-gallon, 2.9 gallon gas tank is good size. I wish it had a gas gauge on the top, but it has an automatic shutdown if, you know, it gets low fuel or oil, and a warning light will come on. So that's all good. Yeah, it's a nice looking generator, and we will be definitely hooking it up with the fridge load, the refrigerator load on it, and the lights, and see what it does then. The other thing that I don't really see is any type of, you know, watt meter telling you how many watts you're actually using. That would have been nice, so you can see exactly what's going on when you're using it, if you need to turn stuff down. So if you were going to use this more in a commercial setting, those are the things that I probably should have looked for, and would recommend that you have some kind of meter showing you what you're drawing, as well as a fuel gauge and wheels and a handle. So once again, there will be a part 2 where I unbox the Owen Cummins P4500i, which is a full frame, enclosed frame inverter. It has a remote start. It has all those things that this does not have. And it's almost twice as much money. So this is what you get for $500–600. We'll show you what you get for $1,100–1,200. That video will be coming up shortly. Thank you for watching. As I always say, stay tuned, my friends. Grill on.